Hello guys, in this tutorial session we will cover the 500 plus interview question related to the Selenium WebDriver. So first question is what is Selenium WebDriver? Selenium WebDriver is a browser automation framework that accepts the command and send them to the browser. Basically, Selenium WebDriver is used to automate the different browser like Chrome browser, Safari, Internet Explorer, and the Firefox browser. Selenium WebDriver support various programming languages like Java, C#, PHP, Python, JavaScript, and the Ruby. The second question is what is Selenium Grid and when do we go for it? Selenium Grid is used to run our test cases on the different machine against the different browser in the parallelly. Also, we can say that the Selenium Grid is used to for the parallel testing or the cross browser testing. We use Selenium Grid in a different scenario like when we have to execute our test cases on the different operating system or when we have to execute our test cases on the different versions of the same browser, when we have to execute our test cases on the multiple browser, or also we can say that when we have to execute our test cases in the parallel. Next question is what are the advantage of the Selenium Grid? As we know, Selenium Grid is used to run our test cases on the different browser on the different machine. So there is a advantage of the Selenium Grid, like Selenium Grid gives the flexibility to distribute your test cases for the execution. It reduces the batch processing time. Also, by Selenium Grid, we can perform the multi-browser testing or also we can perform the multi-operator system testing. Next question is what is hub in the Selenium Grid? In Selenium Grid, there is only one hub which is a center point to the entire grid architecture which receive all the requests. And there is only one hub in the Selenium Grid and hub distribute all test cases across the each node. Second question is which WebDriver implementation claimed to be the fastest? There is only one WebDriver like HTML unit driver is the most lightweight and the fastest implementation headless browser for the web browser. It is same as a Chrome browser, Internet Explorer or the Firefox driver, but it does not have any graphical user interface, so we cannot see the test execution. So we claim that it HTML unit driver to be the fastest driver. Next question is what are the open source frameworks supported by the Selenium WebDriver? Selenium WebDriver supported different open source framework like TestNG, JUnit, Cucumber, Robot Framework, Appium, and Protector. Next question is what is the difference between the soft asset and the hard asset in the Selenium? Hard asset throw the asset exception immediately when our test method getting failed, and it mark method as a failed if asset condition get failed, and the remaining statement inside this method will be the aborted. Mean inside that method particular statement or the all statement will be aborted. There is another asset like the soft asset. Soft asset it collect the error during the test method execution. Soft asset does not throw in any exception when the our statement getting failed, and it will continue with the next step after the asset statement. Next question is what are the verification point available in the Selenium? Verification point means we have to check the element is present or not, element is visible or not, or element is the displayed or not. First is to check the element is present or not. For that we have to first locate the web element and we have to compare that its size is not equal to 0. If its size is not equal to 0, that means element is present, else element is the absent. Next is to check element is visible. To check element is visible, we have to check the visibility of the particular element. For that we have to first locate that element and use the isDisplay method, which is the method of the web element interface. After that we have to check element is enabled or not. For that we have to the separate method like isEnable method of the web element interface, and we have to first locate the element and then use the isEnable method to check whether this particular element is enabled or not.